Hey, Napoleonic fans, we are back with another glorious battle for you here today in NTW3, and what a brilliant way to wrap up 2025 and see 2026 in with a incredible battle for you here today. The French, the Imperials, are up against it well and truly, because they are not just, the French, so it's immediately a disadvantage, but they're also an army down. They are in a 4v3 here today. We have 3 French armies going up against 4 allied armies here. We have Austria. I'm not quite sure which Austria this is. Probably one of the lower pointers. I think this is 1814 Russia over here. And then we have another Austria, somewhere way back here. I think it's the 6 point. I can't remember exactly where they are. They're all not over here, that's for sure. But yeah, I think we've got... Oh, yeah, there it is. Literally zoomed past it. There's... I think this is the 6 point. Austria, this is like 1814, I believe, or 1815. And then over here somewhere should be another allied army. Here we go, Persia. Here we go, Persia, the final army in today's game. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. We've got some big whoppers when it comes to French armies, though, because they are an army down. They have equal points with the coalition, but it just means that every single one of the French players is playing with a big point army. And then we've got 11 point France there. That's Russia's center. And it already looks like France over here is getting in the mix. We've got Chevalier Savant. This is the old guard light cavalry. Anyway, very, very good cavalry, basically, and they are absolutely mopping up the Austrians here, and then packing. We've got Russia center here. This is 1812, yeah, again, so it looks like we're going to have quite a few of these, I imagine. And I think the final army is... They're not all 1812, are they? Yeah, 1806, France, Prussia here. So we've got 12 point and 2 11s, if I'm correct. So yeah, this is going to be pretty spicy. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes down, that's for sure. We've got a whole host of cavalry as well. We've got Uhlans, we've got Hussars, we've got the Guard, as we've seen. I'm pretty sure somewhere as well we do also have cuirassiers knocking about as well. I don't know if they're in this army. It might be in the other one. There are, I believe, some cuirassiers as well knocking about. Yeah, here they are, Westphalian cuirassiers, and then just a generic... Oh, no, this is a Polish cuirassier. But yeah, I imagine they're relatively on the cheap side. They are quite small units, and they're allied cuirassiers. They're not actual French ones, which are the creme de la creme, that is for sure. Looks like the plan for at least for this 1806 army over here is to shoot. I mean, they can melee pretty well as well, but look at the size of some of these Leguer. We have the 24th E Leguer Les Pecarins, 161-man unit. Same here with another one, the 6th E, 177. We've got the Guard as well. Over here we've got the Chasseur Cheval with a combat gen as well, Jerome Soul. So yeah, they look like they're going for a shooting game. They kind of have to. They can't certainly try and be super aggressive and melee. I just don't think they got the numbers since they're an army down. I mean, I say they don't have the numbers. They might do. They have the availability to bring the numbers. There's 11 and 12 pointers. You can bring full stacks easily. Because some of these armies can also bring full stacks. Like that 6-point Austria is pretty handy, actually. And Persia can bring numbers if needs be, and it's not a high pointer. You can just go spam, like militia. So you can definitely, numbers necessarily aren't on the French side here, but they can definitely try and shoot their way through these enemies if they want to. But that might swing into the favor of Austria, that's for sure. But this is a brilliant battle. Comes right down to the wire. So definitely get yourselves some snacks, some drinks, and prepare for a glorious battle. And I hope you all have a happy new year. And I want to just say, before we do the battle really get stuck in, just a big thank you to everyone for all the support in 2025. It's been a big year for the channel. Nearly at 14k subs when I'm recording this. And yeah, it's been a massive year for the channel, for myself, and I'm sure for you guys as well. And I hope 2026 treats you all very well. But let's get on with the Napoleonic action. It's what we're all here for. And it looks like the Russians are about to get a rude awakening if they can't keep advancing forward like they are right now. This is goons, and they seem like the player does not seem to be aware he's marching into a line. There you go, he's woken up. There's a big line of Leguer over here. These are pretty big units as well, 144. And there you go, get a volley off. And first blood, I mean, it probably already went to the French, but there you go, even more blood to the French there, getting a couple of dragoons as they retreat. I think we're on one of the Wallachia maps as well, which is a really cool map. I do like the Wallachia maps, both of them. Very underrated. Franz here does a bit of scouting, but he's immediately getting the heck out of Dodge. He's seen enough of Persia. Persia will bring a lot of cavalry, I imagine, is kind of one of the things. Austria also potentially could bring a lot of cavalry. Not necessarily the lower point one, but I think this is supposed to be... I imagine this is the 10-point Austria. I'd imagine. And maybe the other Russia, it might be the 10-point. Might not be the 9. I presume it'll be the 9 just because there's 4 armies here. But it might be the 10 in fact. I mean, if I do quick maths, it's what, 12, it's 211, so that's 34 points. Oh, we've got Cav going in. And they've been stopped by a square. Yeah, do not charge off the guard. That was bold. I mean, I guess someone could have done poor micro, but it's bold to even assume that these guys are not able to square. That's disrespectful to the guard, in my opinion. Artillery here, also forcing back the Austrian cavalry. Sorry, French artillery. Yeah, set up between these houses here. 8-pounders doing a lovely job there. Very, very nice. Square is forced to stay in square. As more Ulan just charge forward. I think they're going for the Laguerre right by it. I don't think they... Yep, the square is going to kind of partially stop them. And the Cossack... Oh no, they're not Cossacks. They are Ulani. They are... Ooh, they're going to get shot in the back of the Laguerre there. That's not so good. And yeah, they need to be careful of that with the French so they don't get to do that again. That was a big, big L. Well, not really a big L, but a bit of an L there for the French. A lot of unnecessary losses. It's the risk of bringing these massive Laguerre units that they can't square. Big gun battery, like good gun, big gunshot there that actually like did a lot of damage to that cannonball. Very, very nice. Yeah, I was trying to do quick maths before. I think well, Persia's a 7. I think it's a 6. That's 13. Yeah, I think it's gonna. Or maybe Persia's an 8 because I think these will both be the 10s. Then I'd imagine Austria and Russia. But there you go. Austria immediately losing some infantry to a volley of Laguerre, and we have got a cav fight going on in here now. We have Russian dragoons getting stuck in here against Hussars, and I think a whole host of other French cav in here. Oh, there's a lot in here going on. There is a lot. But yeah, it looks like, yeah, Ulans, we've got the dragoons back here, they're all getting pushed out of the French cavalry. Again, I think they tried to charge the square here, failed. The line fight here is not working for the French. Looks like the Chevalier Savants have managed to save the gun, but the gun crew of the gun carriages are going to disappear. Oh, Chasseurs failed to form square this time. I guess Micro's a little bit too much, and there you go. Chevalier Guerres have managed to jump the guard there. That is going to be a problem. I think they're going to rout the guard here. And yeah, they didn't help with getting volleyed back by the Portuguese Legion. That is a bad start there for the French guardsmen, already lost. They managed to repel the cavalry push here. Russian cavalry, yeah, doing a good job in just distracting the French, and this is where the Austrians got in pretty well. A bit of a unit cost there, I'd say, on that withdrawal there by the Austrians. I think they're going to go straight back in. I think, yeah, they're not slowing down. They're going after the Hussars of France. I don't think. Oh, no square has been formed by the Grenadiers of the Portuguese Legion. Don't often see these guys being brought. They saved their Hussar colleagues there. Their comrades in arms. Here comes all of the Russian army. What are they bringing? Yeager, lots of light infantry. So it seems like they're also going for a gunfight. Which seems odd. I feel like, you know, these guys could have gone for a melee build somewhere along the line if they wanted to. Like, they have an extra army. They have the extra micro on their side. They could definitely try and melee somewhere and try and break through France. Here it goes. Again, Chevalier Savants stopping Austrian cavalry from getting that gun between those two houses. They're deeply important to this French army here, it seems. I just feel like these are not set up that well, these French infantry here. I don't know whether they could maybe bait the Austrians a little bit closer. Get some infantry into the tree line here and then hit their side. I mean, that potentially is about to happen here. We're seeing Westphalians moving forward here. These are big boy units as well, 40. It's just chaff, but it's going to be, you know, chaff that might hold the line for a little while. Once again, the Hussars blocked by Chevalier Savants. Again, those guns are saved. And here comes French cavalry out of the woods. They're getting a face full of musket balls there as the Landwehr. Oh, I think it's Landwehr, or is it light infantry? The Austrian unit. Anyway, managed to get a good volley into them, doing a lot of damage. It's a 90-man unit. It's a big boy unit. Again, there you go. Finally, the Hussars defeated. The Le Terrible. Good unit. That might be able to go in, potentially. Here comes another Austrian cavalry unit. Again, I think the Chevalier Savants are going to go out. I think they're going to face it. There's literally 18 of these guys, and there must be 80 Austrians here. That doesn't stop the guardsmen. And maybe it should have, because they've routed. And I think the gun will go now, finally. It's taken like 3 or 4 attempts here. Oh my gosh, a beautiful cannon volley there by the French. It's not going to save the gun. And the gun will get overrun. But there is Hussars behind to stop this from getting too dangerous. Still, yeah, the 6th Legier here breaking. It's not good necessarily. Here comes the line infantry, the Westphalians. They're going in. The Austrians haven't set up. I don't know if these guys can melee that well. The Austrians are very confusing. They're all in white. And here come the Russians, though. They're charging. Well, not charging, but they're pushing on a tree line here, which has entrenched Westphalians. I mean, these aren't line they're line infantry. Sorry, they're not lights. They're not going to like shoot incredibly well. There are some lights dotted about in here. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. It's going to still be tough, even with lights trying to push that tree line. But yeah, big melee fight going on over here. Line infantry is finally breaking for the Westphalians there. And we're now seeing more going in. The Grenadiers of the Portuguese Legion have gone in. I think most of these guys are made up of Spanish by the point of like the 1812 campaign. There's not a lot of Portuguese left of them, that's for sure. There's the other Portuguese Legion unit there. Grenadiers, Guard, there's the Koenig unit. It's a good unit here. Where is that? Is that not this unit here? It is. Gonna get sent in. I don't know, it might do. Might get sent in. There's a big gun battery setting up here as well. 12-pounders being set up on this hill. Got more line infantry appearing here, more Portuguese Legion. Get stuck in, Portuguese. Kill those Austrians. Oh, nope, they're going to run. The Austria has done its duty, really. It's sort of, you know, held the French in place for now. The Russians are finally arriving, as are the Persians, bit by bit. And the Persians have, by the looks of it, gone for mass. And they've done a pretty good job. Cavalry over here, though, the Cuirassiers, we've not already seen this, but Cuirassiers have won a cavalry fight out here. It doesn't look against anything significant. There's just a couple of Persian cavalry, which they've got nothing to deal with any sort of Cuirassier that the French have. They're allied on, or actual French Cuirassier. So yeah, they have done a good job there. Have the Imperials. They could face off against this if they want to, but with infantry support, they have no chance of winning that fight, that's for sure. Cav charge coming in here. Russians, what are they pushing? They're just going to push a tree line, yeah. Oh my gosh! They've got a face full of musket balls as well. They'll probably break there, I'd imagine. I think the line infantry might hold. Might, it says. We're going to see Hussars charge out. They're going to take advantage of the no cavalry sword cover here. And they're going to go in for infantry of Austria there. Austria has so much cav just sat behind his lines. He's kind of, he can't use because he'll be unit crossing himself. I think we're going to see, I was going to say, fire a volley here, guardsmen, and go into melee. I think they're trying to help French Hussars. It's looking very messy down here. Yeah, there's definitely some unit crossing, I feel like, going on between cav and infantry. Well, I don't know, the infantry's all breaking, maybe not. Another cav charge coming in from the Austrians, I would imagine. Oh, they're gone for the 12-pounders. They might get them, you know. They might just get them. The guard here, they're trying to hold this German guardsman. There you go, the 12-pounder's gone. 19 out of 30. That might return still. It's the other Chevalier Servant. Oh no, it's a Ulan here guarding it. It's still a pretty bad job of guarding the gun. The cav got out of there pretty easily. Got another artillery piece here. There's a Polish 6-pounder. That's facing off. Doesn't look like the Russians have brought much in the way of artillery, if any artillery by the looks of it. I mean, they just look like they brought a lot of dragoons, a lot of light infantry. And that's all they've gone for. Maybe more melee going on, but I don't know if it's just... Oh, is it these guys running? I don't know. Maybe. But they have gone for all sort of militia as the Persians. They haven't gone for like their elite infantry. Well, I say elite infantry, they're trained infantry. Lance again, trying to break through. I think they're trying to stop the Austrian cavalry. They need to be careful not to accidentally pull through. I think they were okay. They've broken that Austrian infantry. Austria taking an absolute pounding right now. Just, while this is all going on, 1806 over here is just passive, a bit of a gunfight. I feel like you could push that if you wanted to. Also, you could send a cav that unit. Oh, that's you could send a cav unit down the line, but there's Austrian cavalry behind them. They could potentially get a general here. They stuttered, and the Chevalier Savants and Ulani are now going to chase them down. That is a huge mistake. I feel like they should have gone for that. What is this over here that's been left? Oh, this is infantry. some Westphalians have just decided to just be left back there. I pushed this right now, that flank. I pushed that. Also, I mean, they've got the gun, actually. They managed to counter battery the Austrian artillery with the 8-pounder there, the transport. But still, this duel goes on over here in this tree line. Still yet to see 6-point Austria as well. He's just about now in sight. Don't know where he's going to cross. Join Persia, maybe? They're going to go for the gun here as Russia. Might get it. Yep, he's not going to have the unfortunate business like the Austrians did and get canistered in the face. There's a general right behind it, though, as well. He needs to be careful. Michel Ney. I think all of them have brought Ney as well, actually, in this game. We've got another Ney there, and I think the other one was also Ney as well. I don't know where he is exactly, but yeah. Oh, there he is. But you need to be careful. One of them is about to go potentially here. If the dragoons break through, they're hounding the French infantry on their flank. Russia's getting closer. Now he should melee though, but he looks like he's going to. And these lights might melee pretty well, but I don't think they're going to melee as well as say as a Russian grenadier would. Oof, that might have been a bit of a fim, I'm not sure. The Russian unit there is going to break. Russia's really pressing on here. I don't think that gun is going to return, you know. I know it has. It's back here. That 12-pounder has returned. It's still firing canister and stuff. And they're just standing right in front of the Westphalians. They just get a turn fire at will on or something, or was musket buckle? I don't know. I don't know what Russia's doing. Persia's just sitting back here. He's just going to sit here, and it looks like the Persians are quite happy to take this sort of withering fire. I mean, this works in favor of the Persians because they've got the numbers, and these guys at this sort of range, they're unlikely to break. More likely to break the French because they'll just slowly attrition them down bit by bit. They got the gun crew again. They did. 10 out of 30. I doubt that's returning this time, but yeah, again, that's been taken out. That's unfortunate. Gonna need every artillery piece they can get. Have we got another artillery piece here? Yeah, got 8-pounder. Oh my gosh, this 8-pounder here just needs... Careful, it's just routed its own infantry there. That's not helping. The French are certainly making a few mistakes, which they can't afford to do in a 4v3 situation. Russia here is pushing hard. I'm going to zoom right in to see it. They are actually in the tree line now. They've managed to get in. But I think they made a bit of a mess of it. It looks like they've gone into melee here. We've got sappers going in. These angry engineers. I love the officer. You can see him there with like his helmet on. This is the firefighter or something. The sappers, they are grenadiers. It's a 98-man grenadier unit. Well, actually, definitely 5 is You're pretty much paying for a normal grenadier at that point. Don't think these Westphalians are going to want to go into melee though, but they'll do close range. Sure. Oh, cav fight on the flank over here. Again, looks like Westphalians have won. Westphalian cuirassiers have won that fight. The other cuirassier, the Polish one, is still intact. I think it's about to go for a rear charge here, and these are elite Persian units. These guys in green, this is where they spend their money. These guys cost Around about 1,800 each. They have inspires as well, which will be what they wanted to inspire the infantry around them. But I thought you need them in the back lines. You got a square, which I know they can do as well, or the pike square. The holes will be forced away. Yeah, Russia is now very much entrenched inside this tree line. I'm pretty sure a lot of his Jaeger can't form square. Russian Jaeger is a bit 50-50 on whether it can form square or not. So they've been forced back a bit here with the Russians as well. They've got a small little force there. Still got light infantry arriving. Did forget this one? I mean, they're not the only faction that got infantry. France still has that one Westphalian back there. Austria, by the way, what are they doing? Where are they? Where is this army? This has really helped the French that it is a 3v3 at this point, and the Allies are outpointed. Hasn't stopped them though. They've made some decent pushes here, the Allies. I think because of the micro. I'm not sure. It's still a 3v3 at this point, so it's not really like they're getting out micro to the French right yet. Right this minute. What is it? Is this the oh, this is the Polish cuirassier. It's gone all the way back. All the way back. This is going to be a real problem here, I think, for the French. These guys can shoot well, they can melee well. It's going to be a real problem. I mean, they're fighting up against, yeah, Westphalians. Not exactly the most inspiring of opposition. Where is sort of like the pack and punch here for the French? They've got the Chevalier Savant still alive, but they're really like a firefighter. But you know, they're there to put fires out, not to really cause any. Maybe the cuirassiers, that's probably a big punch bag there that they can use. The Westphalians still healthy 71. The Poles were still like at 60, yeah. So yeah, I mean, if they're used well, and certainly against the Persians, which are starting to die here now, and it doesn't help they're looking the wrong way. And that's they could break through. They could do a lot of damage here. The Russians going in. I was really expecting a last-minute French volley. It never came. Instead, I think the Russians are going to get repulsed there. I think this is a returning Dragoon. Yeah, it didn't seem like it went in with great pizzazz, and it also broke quite quickly. This is looking really good for the French, though, over on this side here. Looks like they've defeated the Austrians they were facing. We've got the Les Picorines, still very healthy, and then all this infantry as well, line infantry, which should shoot pretty well. They needed to put pressure on the Austrians. Yeah, I don't know if they've got any cav they can really use to sort of back up that push here. It's going to be oh, they changed it. I would say, I think Pathfinder screwed them there. They were going for the cannon. I think they're still going to get it. Yeah, the cannon's is still limbered, so that'll probably wipe out the full unit. Are they going to get one? They'll probably rout the other one, I think. Yeah, there he goes. The Chevalier Savants might take the cav with them, unless the Austrians just decide to run away. And yeah, are they just going to carry on? I don't know. They could have maybe just carried on, routed that, and there's an Austrian general back here who's, you know, open for the taking. They might need one general kill, but here comes the entire next Austrian army. And it is just sort of like morale 3, morale 4 units. They are not good Austrians, but there's a lot of them, as you can see here. This probably isn't all of them yet. There's still also Austrian cav dotted about back here for both factions now. France has cav on the flank. He's just keeping an eye on that. Staying hidden. Yeah, if anything's going to sort of, you know, get the juices going for the French, it's going to be 1806, I feel like. He's going to have to make something happen here. It seems like he's not got a lot of Austrians in front of him right now. If he can hit this Austrian army, the 10-point in front of him, before the 6-point arrives, with fresh troops and a lot more troops, he might be able to sort of get a bit of a chain route going and then at least force this new arriving Austria back into new positions. He might take a few of those troops with him, but he's not got a lot of cabs to really back up any sort of push. He'll be going all infantry, which is a bit risky, and no artillery here either. I'm seeing that artillery's been has now been picked off. Yeah, we've got like a couple of Chevalier Savants. All the cabs on the left, French, really. Substantial cab. But it looks like the Grenadiers, 72nd Grenadiers, help push the Russians back out of the forest. The push is being made. The French Grenadiers still arguably my favourite piece of Grenadiers. And sexy, that's for sure. Just to reapply, sort of like the dire situation when it comes to French cav. Another one has just been lost. That one's sneaking on the flank over there. Now Austria can get in behind if he wants to on that right flank for the French and left flank for them. Where are the... We've got the Grenadiers here with the Polish ones. Where are the Guard? They might be dead, to be honest, for all I know. Hard to keep track of it. Oh, God, no, here they are. Grenadier Guard Koenig. They need to get in the front lines. Get them meleeing. Russia is looking spent, though. We've got Persian guns here. Russian general, bit of Russian infantry, but yeah, not a lot left. Like they've got through one of the high pointers that had the French, and nearly the other high pointer as well in Austria. But there's still two very healthy low points in Persia, and then also in a newly arriving Austria. Yeah, I've got some trained infantry back here. I presume they can form square, or I don't know, maybe they're just forming a long line, just, you know, make sure nothing gets past them, quite literally. Polish Grenadiers battling away in there. I do feel like fighting a guy with a big bear skin would be one of the scariest things you could ever do in this period. Maybe because you wouldn't have time to look at the uniform, and you probably would think it was an old guardsman. Like, oh no, the grognards are here. But they are going to get taken out of these poles. There you go. There you go. Imagine if you were like one of those Austrians, like, we broke the old guard, and like, no you didn't. You just broke some poles. Still pretty impressive. The poles pack a punch, both in history and the game. Opposing force. This is a problem though. This Leger here, it's chasing French cavalry. Just stay in the line fight. Stay in the line fight. Austria's been pushed back here by the skirms though. This was a big win. But I feel like this massive Leger unit is going to be needed to shoot all the newly arriving Austrians, which are taking over a whole load of the line, allowing 10-point Austria to sort of like centralize his remaining forces next to Russia here. But look at this. This is a 6-point, and he's got thousands of troops here. This, like I said, it's a really, really good faction to actually bring a lot of numbers. A lot of them are conscripts and land bears, you can see with the unit right in front of them. There are a lot of cheap stuff, and he's not got any guns, and he's not really got much cavalry. He's gone for the cheap stuff and left the expensive stuff to others to bring. Which, to be honest, I don't know who's brought artillery, really, far from the Austrians. Like the original, like the 10-point Austrians, not the current ones. Got even more trained infantry on that flank. That's concerning. Yeah, got the peasants. I was wondering whether these guys are going to get ready to go in at any point. Oh, as I said, I think they might be about to go in. Yeah, Persia's brought the odd gun here and there. He's not even using this one. Austria went in for something, got scared off by Polish lancers. Oh no, Polish lancers are going after the Russians. Get them, boys! The Poles and the Russians hate each other, so the Poles will be absolutely determined to rout this unit here. Never have got on, have they, those two? Never got on. Yeah, this is looking like the next big push here for the Allies. They really wanted to get those Frenchies out of that tree line. Nope. As I say it, they run away. Cowards. I mean, they are just peasants, and they've been given a pitchfork. They're literally bringing a knife to a gunfight. Or in this case, a pitchfork to a gunfight. "10-point Austria is falling back. I mean, he's pretty spent at this point. He's done a good job. I kind of give credit to the Austria here. He's had to deal with a lot. I mean, it's a lot of points here. I mean, a good portion of this 11 point and 12 there for most of the game. I mean, now the 6 has to deal with an 11 point, no, 12 point in fact. That's 12's banged up, like badly. I also don't really know where they spent their money. On the big, of course, the big Legare units, which are all gone. They died so quickly. All the way back here somewhere. Still hoping those cuirasses are still alive. Yeah, they are. They're all the way over there. Or one of them is. The other one is still out on the flank? Yeah, it's flanking around. Imagine doing flanks with heavy cavalry. It's incredible. Bold, but it might work. If he can get into the back, say, he might be able to get with his Ulans, maybe go and get a general, a heavy cav, get into the back and get these peasants, and then charge with the infantry down. That might work. That's kind of the thinking I would go for. It's a long game though. That's playing there. And you're hoping there's no more Persian cavalry to stop your heavies. Here go the Ulans of Austria. What are they going after? Oh, they're going to try to get an 8-pounder, aren't they? They're waiting until this unit here comes out of the way. Then they're going to get the 8-pounder. Or he's going to just go for the old Westphanes now. Like a maniac. Yeah, that didn't work. They're meleeing on the flank though. Russia looks like he's getting repulsed, but it's hard to say. I think these are just regular infantry. Here comes Austria. They're going to throw their last few troops in, it seems. Now they're going back in front, like, but yeah, they're orange lining, green lining. They're doing everything. Doing all the lines. What's that Legare looking at? This just needs to turn and face. They could actually get through this Austrian line here. Are these Austrians? I don't know if they're Austrians. They don't look, they look allied German of some sort. They could get through them. This is the problem. The Austrian infantry, there's a lot of it. Like I said though, morale is bad. I don't think they're winning many of these gunfights. Yeah, winning slightly. The French are winning a lot of these gunfights. Oh, and here he is. He is back on the battlefield. We have Jerome Toul. He is back. So there we go. That might be... This could be a big change. We've got one of the guard chasseurs back. I think it might be just the one they brought. We've got the servants here, but I think they're guarding the road rather than going to be able to be used. Whether you can stack these guys... Oh, no, he's going to put them in there. I was going to say stack them up here on the edge of the bank and then charge him. That would be a play. Oh, we missed it. But yeah, it happened. It happened. We did miss it. But yeah, the Polish cuirassiers have gone in and they have done their duty. They've absolutely annihilated a lot of Persia here. Persia all gone? No, he's still got his infantry, like his good stuff here. The Westphalians are still alive as well. They do not want to be thrown in just for the sake of these guys. Probably can all square. And all them. But yeah, we did miss it, but evidently it worked, and it's worked a dream. I don't think they needed to charge. I think they just shot from where they were, but they have killed these Persians by the 1,000 down here. There's a lot of dead Persians down there. France has actually got in over here as well with what remains of his cavalry. Those Polish lines going in once again. To try and break these Austrians, new arriving Austrians.
Your men have been routed, sir.
He failed. He got close though. But this is getting pretty tightly knit. Is the Austrians here. And the Austrians, like, they kind of like fall like a stack of cards. If like a bit of the base is taken out, aka the front line, the rest will all fall apart. You do get morale bonuses from having your troops behind other units like this. It does help. Stops them from breaking so quickly. Also does mean though that if they're a bit too close, you're not going to get time to turn them around and get a volley off on the advancing French, which was on the first line of combat. And the morale and another charge will probably rout the second line. So you need to be careful with Austria. I don't think France, though, is in any state to be doing any charging, though. They are holding on. We've got units here. Westphanes with 49 men left holding this line for the moment. 8-pounders, though, here might be what is going to save the game. The 12s are gone. The 8s are still in the game. They can just chew through what remains of the Austrians here. And there you go. That's a volley from the cannons that absolutely rinsed the Austrians there. Cuirassiers is also still alive. I think they're farming maybe a bit, which is understandable on Prussia, not the Prussians, the Persians. The Prussians are not here today. Finally, they turn that unit around as well as Liger. And he needs to start shooting through these guys. I mean, we've got Voltigers, Liger. We've got a lot of good shooters over here. They can do a lot of damage. Imagine if the Cuirassier here just kind of just goes straight through the middle for the artillery is. I mean, we've got Cav Guard again. Look, Ulan. I don't know if we've got much in the way left, though, of reserves for the French or any real sort of assets. We've got a Carabinier out here. It's not good. It's not like... I always like to see them. They're not necessarily the greatest unit in the world, especially not a 90-man unit. It's good for a house. It's a G5. It's light here. But it'd be a great unit for a house. Got more grenadiers out here. Why they're in shooting, I don't know. Nobody feels like he has no choice. Put them in the line. Austrians here already orange lining and red line. Like I said, the 6-point, their morale is not great. They will just kind of like after a little while shatter, especially from cannon volleys. And looks like is Austria. Oh no, he's just. I thought he was advancing. He's putting more men into the front line here. There's another one of the chasseurs speed coming forward here. 806 sending that one into the front line. So he's over here now supporting. I think this is one of the returning ones. This might be the one that got battered a bit more. Still, I feel like these cuirassiers, they've farmed enough. They need to now start getting ready. They're tired. Are they running? They should be walking. Yeah, they are walking and farming. And they're getting in behind again. Whether they can really try and cross anywhere else, I doubt it. Maybe here. Get into the side of the Austrians, come down that line. That would be the next play, I guess. Or just stay on this side of the bank here. I don't know why they chose to cross. The Persians weren't exactly pressing to stop. But then they could have then just gone into the next line of sort of like the Persians here, and then also into the Austrians. There you go. Cavalry has been repulsed there by the Austrians. I'm going to see an Ulan charge, and I'm going to get a general. They're going to get a general here. Austrian general gone. That's the 10-point gone. There is also a Persian one back here. Russian one on foot. He's going to be next to go. I don't think there's much in the way of a Russian or an Austrian army left. A bit of an Austrian one, that's for sure, here. This Ulan's about to go, I think, unless he can get the other one. Unlikely, I think. He's not actually killed any of them, though, either. Just routed them, which is still a big problem. So the Austrians here are going to try and get revenge. They are really making one last push in. They are actually nearly breaking through the line infantry. Leaderless, but it does not matter. The gun crew has survived as well. It did pull off the guns, and the Austrians there charged it. Here we go. Can they get a volley off? Oh no, Grenzel's here. Gotta be careful. It might break that unit. And the Sapper's still alive? Oh, and the Koenig is still alive as well. And the Grenzel's break there. That was lucky. If Austria had anything else to back this up with, like, substantial infantry to back that up, they could have done some real damage there. Maybe broke that infantry unit. That artillery unit. Yeah, the Cuirassiers back here are doing nothing now. They need to just watching the road. They're winded, very tired. Get them into the fight soon. Like I said, wrap them around. Austria will not engage with his lances against Cuirassiers, exhausted or not. And then he could go down this line, which evidently you can cross here. The treating Austrians are showing. Because now it looks like, yeah, 6 point here is seeing the chance to take the initiative. 1806 Prussia campaign. He is sitting on the ground. He is. Got a few boys left. Jerome here is starting to count his last few bullets, I imagine. But it is looking dicey. 8 point here is smash it. Oh, sorry, the 8-pounders. Smashing these last few units here. It's just shattering them. Brilliant. Persia looks defeated, but I'm not really sure. Can't really tell. I think their elites might still be alive, but they're trained units. And the elite green boys, of course. Yeah, there you go. In go the Koenig. Fighting the Austrians down here. Should win this one. I was going to say send the line infantry in as well. Does the staff break? They did. Koenig break as well, but they took that Austrian unit with them. In goes the next line infantry. Should have gone in a little bit earlier. But 30 seconds earlier, they saved that Koenig unit, I think. That should be a win, but I think the Austrians still might technically hold the center of the battlefield after all of that. Here come the Cuirassiers. Westphalians in their pink, looking very glorious. Poles in a bit more of a red. They're getting ready. It's still about 90 Cuirassiers in total. It's a very substantial force of heavy cavalry to have at this point of the game. That France is still in this game at this point is incredible. If you look at the map, it's kind of turned into a battle, 2 phases, 2 lines. You can see here we've got the French in the south. Facing an overwhelming amount of Austrians, and then the French in the north facing the remaining Prussians. But it looks like they're marching to the aid of their ally, which is the better of the 2 moves, because the Prussians will not. The Persians. I keep wanting to call them the Prussians for some reason. The Persians will not be able to outpace the French. The French move the quickest of any faction in the game. 9 times out of 10. There are some slow-moving French armies, yes, but these ones, they'll move speedily. Here goes the servants, they're going in. 19 brave boys, get a good charge. Austrians didn't get a charge. Should rout that unit, I would have thought. It's the Lancers. Kind of rely on a charge. They might both just take each other out, which is probably a win there for the French. But there you go, the French managed to win that. Just 12 servants left, insane. Winded as well, they could go again probably soon. I mean, you're looking at that general. Here go the Cuirassiers. We're going to see this charge. What are they going in for? They're going to touch a couple of units here. That's the one they wanted, the land bear. The one they're going to get. They should break that. That's the Westphalians going in there. They should get that one. Can they back this up with infantry? Chasseurs of Peter getting close. They're not wanting to engage this unit. They need to be careful not to. I don't know if that's a pull through or not. They're going to get the gun. Not really a big loss, the gun though. The gun's kind of not in position really anymore. Just get the infantry right up in the faces of these. Like, these guys are slow. We've got guard Jaegers over here. Got some decent units still alive. Get these guys up. Support. I mean, there you go. The Cuirassiers are all on their own. They've routed like 4 units there. They're going to keep going. They're very tired. They might as well keep going. Their lives are going to be used up here. Route that unit as well. I mean, they can just, like I said, the Austrians will fall like a deck of cards. As soon as it all starts to go wrong, they will rout. They're going to charge the Voltigeurs over here. I'll probably rout them. Maybe not. Okay, they routed. Should rout 1, I'd imagine. Or maybe not. These Austrians, like, it's a 6 point. It's not a good faction. It's not a melee faction, put it like that. They are just there to stand and take a lot of shots. bit of a gunfight going on over here. It's got a very fairly healthy Laguerre. I think the Westphalians might have finally run out of puff. The Poles are on their way. They're moving, but they're not running. They don't need to. They control line infantry. The Westphalians doing a good job today. They've been a lot of them here today. They've all done a good job. Oh yeah, all the Westphalian cuirassiers, I kind of forgot about that as well. But yeah, the Westphalian infantry is what I meant. They've done a good job on the line. As for the cuirassiers, they are going to get absolutely destroyed here, though. Jean Lord is not going to get out of there alive. And there goes the General. He's getting cut down there by Polish cuirassiers. He is very much dead. Now they can rear charge all of these if they even need to. They might just mass route. And it looks like the French are going to win this one. But they're still going to deal with the Persians. Persians with their innumerable hordes. But yeah, the French, who have been in a 4v3 this game, are going to win. I mean, in fairness, a lot of the game, 6 Point has played himself out of the game by just not being present. But the chest says the whole fire. But yeah, an incredible performance still by the French players. Incredible. Yeah, I think they're making sure these guys stay run down. The Poles there, Polish Lancers and Polish cuirassiers, making sure everything's dead. I mean, already some of these Austrians are returning. I think this is going to be an infantry job to finish off these guys. They're wrapping around the flanks. They're just doing a good job though of holding. Still got, like I said, I think all the decent infantry left. Some not so decent. These are very good. Guys in green. Don't mess around with these guys. They are good. And they look like they're smiling while they're in battle. It's kind of just psychotic. They actually kind of route it. Oh god, they're routing quite a bit here. The gear all breaking. And also some line infantry there broken. Oh, and more Westphalians. Yeah. Be careful here, the French. It's not over yet. If they don't get all their armies together, they're still busy farming down the Austrians over here. They're not bothered to turn around and deal with the Persians. Oh gosh. Line infantry, you're shooting your own men as well. Seems like France has got bored shooting the enemy and they're going to just shoot their own allies. They've still got all the peasants, or some of the peasants. Some of the peasants still alive. They can do work in melee. Oh, and there go the Persians. They did route there, as are... Well, actually, they are not going to route yet. Light infantry have routed though. The peasants have done their job. Dodged into the strongest unit in the game. And that's why you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. You lose. You get shot. You charge in. This is incredible to look at. Look at all the abandoned cannons and all the dead in this tree line. It's insane. There's so many dead over here. Look at the state of that. That is where the Austrian army is, you know, being destroyed. I mean, the French army's also died here. The Austrian army, there's a lot of white uniforms down there, put it like that. Looks like finally most infantry is gone. General's gone. Don't know whose that is. Oh, it's the Russian general. I feel like Russia certainly didn't do anything exciting. I feel like he probably had quite a poor game. Didn't bring any guns. The cavalry just kind of kept charging into tree lines. His light infantry as well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like they just like Austria and Russia attacked together, or sort of together. And then, I mean, by the time Persia arrived, a lot of Austria was certainly gone. The Carabiniers, they're still alive. Legends. 29 of them left, and they're routing these boys into it, and they finally got them all, I think. Might just be a couple of units dotted about over here. This Servants going in as well. But yeah, certainly Persia and then by the time like Persia was like almost was dead, by the time the 6 Point was getting into the game, it kind of happened almost simultaneously. Like Persia got rear charge, and then the This point kind of like arrived, set up, and shot for a bit, and then by that point the cuirasses had looped around and they come in and dealt the final blow once again. Yeah, we should have the end result in a moment. I think we are just waiting for the Persian general to get killed here, so this could just take a second. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in a moment with the end results. But it is going to be an incredible French victory. And here we are with the end result. Hopefully on your screen now for you here today. This is sent by Piper, who's playing as one of the Russia centers. So thank you very much, Piper, for sending this one in. Very much appreciated. I did see some of this battle live, and it was generally one of the most incredible performances I think I've ever seen from this trio. They have some absolute stinkers some weeks, but this time, an incredible battle, that is for sure. But yeah, really well done to all them. Well done to the opposition as well. I feel like they made it much easier than it should have been for the three. I felt like they should have had this game mopped up, to be honest. Even though it's even points, they have the chance to out micro. They can, like, one of their armies can just basically, they can have a 3v3 and the other army can just loop around if they need to. And I mean, they should have been able to do that. I think they were outnumbered massively as well, the French, with the Persians and the Austrians, like the 6 point on the battlefield. That's for sure. But yeah, we'll have a quick look at some of the unit stats for Piper. 239 kills with a Westphalian line infantry. I don't think it farmed. Maybe, I don't know, it might have farmed a bit. I doubt it did, though. Artillery, this is the 8 pounder getting 225 kills. It's incredible after replacing that 12 in the same sort of position. Once that fell, 211 kills with the Westphalians here. Uhlans getting 142 kills. Grenadiers, the Portuguese Legion, 134 kills. 132 with the Grenadier Koenig. They did very, very well. 126 kills with another Uhlan. 110 with another Westphalian. They were the MVPs of this game. That is for sure. There are the rest of the kills if you want to look at all of those. Ney leading the line for his army there. But there you go, guys. That is today's NTW3 battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more amazing battles, then do make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here to the channel. And if you want to leave a comment as well, just let me know what you feel about the battle, or if there's any certain factions you want to see in play, do let me know as well. And I'll see you folks all in the next one. Bye for now.